like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Press one now if y'all can hear me. That's why we always do a mic check. Press one if you guys can hear me in the comment section. Got a mic check, 1 2 1 2. Press one if y'all can hear me now. This is why we always do a mic check. Salute to everybody in here. Salute to the Diddy docket, man. I will say it again because, you know, the information, man, is just impeccable. So salute to you, man. And everybody that's in here, y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the video. This is why we always do the mic check. I had to make sure that the mic was working correctly because sometimes, you know, the application be tripping. This is the reason why we do certain things. If y'all haven't subscribed, subscribe, share the video, like the video, because this video right here, man, this one is going to be one for the ages. I want everybody to understand something before we get into this video. All right? Before we get into this video, I want everybody to understand what's about to happen in less than 48 hours. In less than 48 hours, an entire, and I think Al B. Sure said it the best in his interview yesterday, an entire era, an entire industry is about to be put on trial. Not just Sean Diddy Combs, but for people who witness these things, people who helped in these things, and people who, you know, turned a blind eye and ignored these things. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I want to say this because something came up, and it's going to be, let me say why so many people should be upset with Sean Diddy Combs. The reason why, first of all, is because all of this foolishness you guys are hearing and all these other people's names are based off the foolishness this guy was doing. That's now bringing all these other people, skeletons, out of their closet, bringing all these other people's personal life and business to the forefront, putting all of these other people's name in a situation where some of these people don't even want to most all of them don't even want to be involved and named in this stuff. You had 190 celebrity names on that list, with places as well. In the writings, in the filings, and y'all smash your like button. They have now presented that the judge who came out with a writing yesterday, and I showed you guys yesterday what the judge's ruling was, and it was damning for Sean Diddy Combs. As to remind you guys, the judge ruled against Diddy's fake ass, they're trying to tear a black man down argument. The judge denied Diddy's motions on that. He denied Diddy's motions to get evidence in this case, pertinent evidence, suppressed iCloud accounts, all of these things that is going to expose a lot of people, man, because of this guy. He denied that too. He's allowing the evidence to all be used. He denied Diddy wanting to throw out 2 of the counts against him. Diddy's facing 5 counts. He denied that as well, threw that out. Denied that as well, threw it out. Right? And now we come to the doorstep where we're less than 48 hours from not only the trial on Sean Diddy Combs, but the trial on an entire era of celebrities, music, and everything else, man, because of this situation right here. In the filings, and I'm going to start off with this. In the filings, because I know they don't like to read this to y'all. You know, when you listen to Bookman, he going to sit up there and just, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know who Bookman is, man, you got to get hip to the situation. But in the filings, you guys, the judge has confirmed in the papers filings yesterday that victim number 4, allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, are going to stand in court. And the reason why those allegations are going to stand in court, remember when I told y'all the judge denied bail? Remember the first judge denied Diddy bail? And they said, oh, this is cap, man. How you going to deny him $50 million bail? And then the first judge says, hey, man, there's under no conditions can I let this guy go based off the evidence. But then you had a campaign going out here on social media where people said, I ain't seen no evidence. The judge said he saw the evidence. That's all that's important right now because he's supposed to see that in court. Diddy appealed up to another judge. The next judge says, nah, man, me looking at the evidence I see right now, no bail. Under no circumstances can I give him bail. People are like, what? This is crazy. He got a $50 million bail. Next, the third judge, Judge Armed Submarinian, the judge who Diddy wanted. This is the judge who Diddy wanted. People forget this. He rejected, after everybody thought for sure, go back and watch the videos, Diddy was going to get that third bail. That judge Diddy wanted, rejected him and said, man, based off the evidence that I've seen, this is what he said in the writings then. He said, man, there ain't no way I can let this man out on bail. Bail denied 3 times. To where Diddy, he eventually gave up his right to fight for bail. But then you still had guys like DJ Vladimir running around here on YouTube talking about, hey, man, I got a word that Diddy might get bail. How? When he gave up his own right to get bail. Lies. And that's documented in the paperwork and online. But ladies and gentlemen, Diddy has major problems. Bigger than what everybody thinks. They can let y'all think that Diddy's getting off. That nigga ain't going nowhere but to prison. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. The way it looked, they might send his ass out there with El Chapo and them. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Look on your screen right here. This shit is deeper than what anybody could ever imagine. This shit is going to have so many celebrities in it. Oh, my God. And I have all... Bro, this thing is going to be bad, bro. It's in the paperwork, man. It's right here in the paperwork, bro. So let's go right here to the yellow part of the filing yesterday. This is the judge writing this when he denied all of Diddy's motions. Remember yesterday, read the bottom of the page. Read the bottom of the page. Denied. This is all yesterday, where the judge denied all of Diddy's motions. But when you read through those pages, which a lot of people don't do, they don't like reading through the pages. The devil is in the details. As the judge says, victim number 4 in this case, y'all, and this thing's gonna get real crazy because I'm finna show y'all something today. It's gonna be crazy. Smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Victim number 4. It said that victim number 4's allegations, this is the judge writing this, were corroborated by phone records. Diddy's done, yo. He's done. He's done. Let me read this again. It's in yellow right there. Y'all see it on the screen. Victim number 4's allegations were corroborated by phone records on the day that Combs Associates, including producer number 3, allegedly tried to silence her after the assault. So first of all, the parts that are not redacted is showing you guys, and it's painting a crazy picture. First of all, there are producers involved that will be in this case, snitching on Diddy. Secondly, you can pretty much see that the producer is gonna vouch along with the phone records, along with the testimony of victim 4. It's right here in the paperwork because it says right there, victim 4's allegation. This is the judge writing this down. This ain't the government. This ain't Diddy's team. This is the judge from the evidence the judge has seen. He says victim 4's allegations were corroborated by phone records on the day that Combs Associates, including producer number 3, allegedly tried to silence her after the assault. Everybody's saying, oh man, they're saying Cassie was beating up Diddy too. That's going to get smoked in court. And I'm going to tell y'all why. That's going to get smoked. Because what they're going to have to do is, they're going to explain, well, what about all the other victims that they got evidence that Diddy was whooping on their asses? What about them? Were they violent with Diddy too? Did they cause these incidents with Diddy as well? What about all those other victims? See, you can play that shit with Cassie and say, hey man, Cassie was beating on Diddy too. Bullshit. It's not going to help him get off because victim 2, victim 3, who they haven't casted out, just a media bullshit. Victim 4, victim 5, all the other corroborating victims. It's going to be hard when they show evidence to discredit all of them too. But read on. Read on what the judge says. He redacts a big portion of that part, and then look what the judge says. He says, this evidence enhances victim 4's credibility and at the very minimum provides enough for probable cause of, and he blanks it out. The judge is telling y'all that the evidence he's seen, not you jabronis that's running around here on Bookman time. No. The judge is telling you, because remember, the judge has been presented with a lot of this evidence before the trial. But here's the thing. The judge is just there to oversee and to say, hey, this will be allowed, this won't be allowed, and to keep order. The judge made us, I'm going to tell you how I know this is a goddaggone excellent judge. And Diddy wanted this judge. He the one that asked for this judge. So there is no excuses. Diddy's team appealed up and asked for Judge Summerall. They asked for this judge because they wanted a different judge, and they appealed up till they got this judge. But now it's all falling down because I want y'all to think about something, right? The judge made a move. If you ask me, in my humble opinion, I think the judge knows what Diddy's about. I believe that if you guys remember when there was that alleged raid in the prison, on the jail, I should say, when Diddy claimed that they took his legal notes, and the judge slammed Diddy's lawyer when he came into court the next time and said, hey, but did those notes say legal before they did the raid or after? And Diddy's lawyer sat right there in open court after bashing the entire prosecution. Diddy's lawyer said, I don't know. In my opinion, at that time, the judge knew he couldn't trust a damn word from that side. And that leads up to what happened yesterday. Now, everybody wants to know, man, why didn't they get the jury yet settled? Because the judge is smart than a mofo. He's smarter than a mofo. You know why? Because the judge knows, and I'm banking that they're watching these jurors and they're following every instance of all of these jurors, even though these jurors have not been sequestered. You would think in a trial like this, these jurors will be sequestered. It's unbelievable, y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all what I believe. They're not being sequestered because the judge, the feds, and the government, they want to slip up. In my opinion, they watched Diddy slip up when he was locked up. When Diddy was doing a three-way calls that was illegal. When Diddy was saying certain things on the phone that got caught up. When Diddy was using that illegal app to send those messages that the feds caught. I believe they did this because they're watching all those jurors closely. And how do I know? Because the judge struck a juror for not being honest the other day. The judge, let me repeat myself again. The judge struck a juror and said, get out. Because the judge found out that the juror had not been completely honest. And they were supposed to have the jury ready by yesterday to go on Monday morning. But you know what the judge did? The judge is leaving the last 45, 46 potential jurors in the loom until the trial starts because the judge don't trust nobody. And I'm going to prove to y'all why. The judge did not allow the jury to be finalized Friday because he did not want jury tampering this weekend going into Monday. That's why the judge said that on Monday morning, we're going to come in here early. We're going to chop down to the final 12 jurors, 6 replacements, and we're going to start the trial at 9:30 a.m. on Monday morning. I'm not letting them go over the weekend to where they could potentially get shaken up, scared, something else. When it's that many jurors that's still out there, it's hard to try to move in on all these jurors because feds is watching everybody, and they're watching and listening to every damn thing. So the judge made a hell of a smart move to prevent that situation. What the judge did was he threw out a juror who lied, and he told all the other jurors, the 45, 46 jurors that are left, come back on Monday morning. And on Monday morning, I'm going to chop it down on Monday morning, and we're starting with this trial at 9:30 a.m. So they're going in around 8:30 to finish the jury. At 9:30, opening arguments. Now, Ticket, what's going on, man? What are you talking about? Oh, you know, when I'm on a heater, everybody in here know I'm cooking all world, nigga. All world, nigga. Now let's go to this. What else happened in that paperwork? Victim 3 that everybody's been hooting and hollering and complaining about. Oh, they're going to lose victim 3. They're going to lose him. Came Friday, went Friday. The prosecution never said, hey, we've lost victim 3. Victim 3, as the judge puts in the paperwork, victim 3, it says, the judge says, this is the judge writing. The judge says, Combs argues that the warrant affidavits, which stated that Combs blanked, excluded her, blanked, she said she was blanked, and that Combs blanked ID at 16, but if the affidavits had included all victim 3's public statements, they would also have included a public interview in which, and it says probably what she said. And it goes on to say, nor do a few positive statements undo the probable cause analysis when the affidavits recount how. Affidavits. Gene Deal spoke about this yesterday on his channel, on his YouTube channel, the Gene Deal Show. And Gene Deal nailed it. Affidavit. Don't you know that you cannot play with the feds? Once you've given the feds a sworn affidavit, if you change your story, you're in contempt of court. If you don't show up, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Victim 3 is going to feel that heat to come testify. But it's some key things that are said in this by the judge. He blacked out this whole other part and said, in another incident, blacked that out and said, see, also blacked that out. He said, this is clearly sufficient to establish that Combs used force and coercion. Now, what are you talking about, Ticket? The judge is saying from what he see, I'm going to tell you something. Diddy's lucky he ain't got a judge trial. He had a judge trial, case closed right now, because the judge already seen the evidence. You haven't seen the evidence yet. That's going to be presented on Monday. But let me say this to everybody that's watching this right now. Victim 3, who could or could not be one of the only ones that we saw give a public interview. And she goes by the name of Sister Gina. Sister Gina. Oh, where you at, Sister Gina? The Reverend Leon Lonnie Love want to talk to you, Sister Gina. I just want to lay my hand. Oh, yeah. Infamous interview 5 years ago And if you go to the comment section right now, they were calling her a liar 5 years ago. When Sister Gina said that Diddy yanked her hair, and I'm going to tell you why all these celebrities are going to come up in court. Because she said this in her interview. She said in an interview that Diddy got in a rage with her in the car and yanked her head because at Meek Mill's birthday party, she dared to shake his hand and say, "Happy birthday." She said Diddy went into a rage and yanked her up in the car and went crazy, snapped on her. And then she went on to tell a different story about how Diddy stomped on her stomach. She also name dropped and said in that interview, out of all the people that was there, that witnessed, she said the only person that ever helped her, and this was sad, and that shit made me so upset. She said that people would walk and look away when she was getting her fucking ass beat. And she said the only person that helped her was Biggie's friend, D-Rock. Effing with Sean Combs. All of these people's names, all of this information, all of this shit is going to be brought forth in court. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's truly sad. Because now you're seeing a judge say, right there at the bottom of your screen, that whoever did this public interview, public statements, this is clearly sufficient to establish that Combs used force and coercion. For you guys, you can go hear the entire interview back on Tasha K's YouTube channel, but I want to play an insertion, right? Because you got to have a heart as a man. You can't be a stone cold killer where you ain't got no heart for nobody. The woman said the man stomped on her stomach. There's a history there. We saw a video of him kicking Cassie. So there's a history. Credit to Tasha K.
Other time was he had caught me texting another man. We was in Miami, and it got really crazy that time. We was upstairs, and he...
And 1 second. By the way, to all these people who says, "Oh, well, Cassie was cheating on Diddy." Nigga, this girl literally said that Diddy went and got her while he was dating Cassie. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Someone please call 911. Because all these capping ass niggas is done. They literally said, she literally said that she dated Diddy while he was dating Cassie. So all this, oh, well, she was cheating on Diddy. Nigga, he was never faithful to her. Allegedly, I think I snapped. Let's keep going. Sister Gina, talk to us.
He had like we were in his closet and he like pushed me and I fell to the ground and then he like stood over me. So I was like laying on my back and he stood over me and he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head and I was just like covering my face. And he did that and then after he got done doing that, he like, because he was standing, his legs were like in between me, so he like stomped on my stomach like really hard and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe and he kept hitting me and I was like pleading to him like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punching the back of my head because he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me. Wow.
Now, her statements, and she eventually went on to tell Tasha K, and y'all can go to Tasha K's channel and see the entire interview. She eventually went on to tell Tasha K that she eventually fought back. She said she went in one time and slammed one of his daily owned bottles on the ground, and he went in a rage. She said that he dragged her across the yard. Yeah. That shit burned my fucking blood, nigga. That shit, excuse my language, it burns my blood. But you got these punks running around here talking about free Diddy. These niggas is stripping assholes. I said it, nigga. They need to clean the community with these punks. Because these niggas ain't nothing but enablers. Straight up, man. You got to have some type of soul, nigga. But let's move on before I get too mad about that one. Let's move on to this one. So, yesterday, when it was revealed that Diddy's defense could use that Cassie was violent with Diddy, 50 Cent, back on that gangster shit, went online. And he responded. Now, all of these things are going to come out in court. All of these celebrity names are going to come out in court. And I'm going to tell you why. The judge, before I get into what 50 said, the judge basically made it clear about victim number 2. Right? And what they wanted for victim 2. The judge wanted victim number 2 to be able to testify under a pseudonym. Because, and let me say this, Diddy's legal team, they agreed with that. They agreed with that. Diddy's legal team. And let me tell you why they agreed with that. Let me tell you why I think. I'm going to say why I think they agreed with that. Because shout out to my boy, the Diddy docket, because he on top of this. And I'll just write it how he wrote it. The defense agreed to victim number 2 testifying. That's Diddy's team has agreed to her testifying under a pseudonym, basically an alter name, right? A name not her own. Because she faces a quote unquote particularized and unique challenges if her real name was used. And this has nothing to do with Sean Diddy Combs' name. Well, whose name did this might have something to do with? Who may have such a big following that you know he gonna turn up online if you read between the lines. Now, back to what I was saying before. So 50 Cent has reacted to Diddy's defense alleging that Cassie's relationship was mutually abusive. Now, 50, he went in. They love quoting 50 and laughing at all 50's jokes until 50 says something like this. But Fifth, he went out and said, man, he said, Your Honor, the theory of Cassie kicking Diddy ass, I'm not buying it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 50 said he ain't buying that shit. Now, what are you talking about, Ticket? What are you guys talking about? I told y'all, that boy Diddy Doc is good, boy. So, let's go back. No. I'm at 1,000% sure who victim number 2 is. But you could bet your bottom dollar. I would bet my bottom dollar. Because if you went back and looked, remember back when Diddy was getting raided and subpoenaed? Remember this article from TMZ? It says Diddy federal criminal investigation moving along, new grand jury subpoena. Now, TMZ wrote exclusive. Diddy grand jury digging dirt in Miami. New subpoena issued. What are you talking about, Ticket? This was back published on August 31st, 2024, and updated September the 11th, 2024. Now, what is this all about, Ticket? I'm going to show you what it was all about. And let me see if I can put this right here on my screen for y'all and try to shine some damn body. Let me see if I can shine. Oh! The top feels so much better than the bottom. So much better. Oh, this shit fitting to get real funky. Oh, it's fitting to get real funky. Because you remember that article right there? Diddy and his ex, Daphne Joy, are both named in that subpoena. The subpoena calls for the hotel. Woo! Now this takes me back. Let's stop. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put something in it. Now y'all remember that boy from Southside Jamaica, Queens. He went crazy when he heard that Daphne's name was mixed up in this. Oh, he went off. Remember? G-Unit, he went in. 50 was like, oh, what word? Remember? Or did y'all forget? Did y'all forget? Oh. This trial is going to be crazy. Crazy. So maybe they want to keep whoever victim 2 is quiet. Their name unknown to the public during this trial, because you don't want outside influences showing they flex, because it can get ugly. But read that article. It says Diddy and his ex, Daphne Joy, are both named in the subpoena. The subpoena calls for the hotel to hand over reservation records involving Diddy, Daphne, and other associates of the Bad Boy Entertainment CEO. The subpoena specifies the period from January the 1st, 2008 to the present, asking for check-in and check-out dates, room numbers, guest preferences and requests, and billing information, including room service. Federal prosecutors also requested email and mailing addresses and phone numbers, along with forms of payment, such as cash and credit cards. Do y'all not know what y'all watching right now? These bums came making all these videos talking shit, saying, hey man, hey, I don't think they got no evidence. They got a weak case. You niggas is stuck on stupid. The Fed's been all over this. They've been all over this. The Feds, and I told y'all from the beginning, go back and listen to my videos, how the Feds is going to make this case of sex trafficking against Diddy. They were going to go get the witnesses, go get the evidence, and from the witnesses, they were going to get what you see right here. Read what it says. They were going to get all the information. And their subpoena, they wanted information from January the 1st, 2008, till now, asking for check-in and check-out dates, room numbers, guest preferences, and requests. It's a wrap, y'all. It's a wrap. Billing information they wanted. Remember I told y'all they're going to connect this to this, to this, to this, to this? Oh, it's about to get ugly. And then they wanted email and mailing addresses, phone numbers, along with forms of payment, such as cash and credit cards. The Feds probably got a big board. Let me tell y'all how they probably did this. They probably got a big board. Diddy at the top of the board. You know how they do on these things. Well, underneath Diddy, they outline everything. All of the pieces of the puzzle. Whether you're involved or not, whether your name comes up or not, this will be the biggest explosive trial of the entire century. Nobody ever thought it was going to be a trial bigger than OJ. I told y'all from the beginning, this is going to be bigger than the juice. This is going to expose everybody's names. They're pulling it all out in court. They've been had the info. And how do I know? Because in the filings, the judge tells you. The judge tells you that there's clearly sufficient evidence to establish that Diddy used force, coercion, and all these other things he speaks about in this paperwork. And by the way, victim number 3, which is a whole different victim, one we talked about just a second ago, who I think that is, read what it says. Once you sign that affidavit, there's nothing they can do. Your statement is on record. So here's the thing you guys got to understand. Once you give a statement and sign an affidavit, they can use that in court. You've already signed a sworn affidavit with the feds, with the government. So I'm telling you guys, this is just, man, a lot of people got to be heated with Diddy, bro. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of people secretly, they got to be on fire. Fire. Because collateral damage, people that didn't have anything to do with this stuff, and then people who didn't want anything to do with it. But imagine this, y'all. Imagine if you're one of those people that was just there and you witnessed something like somebody getting their ass whooped, a woman getting their ass beat, and you walked away and looked the other way, and your name gets brought up in trial, and you were accused of looking the other way. Man, that's it for you. People gonna cancel you. They're not even gonna want to support you no more. Some people might be afraid, say, man, I don't even want nothing to do with that. Just leave me out of that. But since your name has been connected, this is crazy work. So when you hear 190 celebrity names, all of these different allegation situations that are going to come up, people that are going to testify, people's names that are going to get dragged in this thing, man. And everybody running around, the biggest lie they've ever told y'all is, I don't think they got no evidence. I think their case is weak. You guys are on something seriously strong to think they got something weak. And this man got denied bail 3 times. $50 million bail denied 3 times. You on something seriously strong. And the judge tells y'all in the paperwork, once again, the judge have seen the evidence already. Remember how this stuff works. The judge is privy to the evidence before everybody else. You know why? Because when Diddy was going to those bail hearings, the prosecution presented evidence so that the judge would not release Diddy. This is what y'all see going on in multiple other cases. Look at other cases that's going on right now where the judges is out here denying people bail. That's because the prosecution is releasing more and more evidence. They ain't just coming with one thing. They coming with, but they only giving you one thing at first. They got 2, 3, 4, 5 things. This is how the Fed's moving all the way across the board. The Feds hit you with one thing. And then once you come out saying, oh, I can beat that. Nope, they hit you with something else. Nope, they hit you with something else. They could have hit you all with it at the first time, but they want to torture you. The judge says right here, and this is how I know the judge will find Diddy guilty, and I know the judge feels like Diddy has so much power, which is why he held those jurors to be selected until Monday. The judge knows how serious this is. He's seen all the filings. He's seen all the paperwork. He's seen all the shit that hadn't been redacted. The judges had months to look at this thing. And for people that are complaining that, man, Diddy got hit with so much information, he ain't got no time. Nigga, that's his fault. He asked for a speedy trial. Diddy could have waived his right to a speedy trial. He didn't. He wanted a speedy trial. That's his fault. Read the paperwork. Do not listen to Bookman. Do not listen to DJ Vlad, excuse me. Do not listen to any of these trolls in the comments. Listen to the paperwork. Listen to the court filings. When people come say, oh, there isn't any evidence, you tell them hoes that the judge said, read right there. Victim 4's allegations were corroborated by phone records. On the day that Combs Associates, including producer number 3, who you're going to find out who that is in court, allegedly tried to silence her after the assault. It blacked out a whole lot of information. And then it says, this evidence enhances victim 4's credibility. Diddy's out of here. And at the very minimum provides enough for the probable cause of, and that will be unveiled in court. And yeah, we should have way over 2,000 likes the way I'm cooking. I'm cooking presidential style in here. I'm cooking all world presidential style, nigga. And I'm dropping receipts. So all them lame ass excuses Diddy was using, the judge knocked that shit all out. Look, it's right here in the paperwork. Look at what he said about Cassie. As evidence to victim 1, we all know that's Cassie. Civil suit. Remember? You had clowns like Umar Johnson coming out here. Like I said, I don't want to hear a word from Umar ever again until the school is running. Until the school is running, bro, you can't say nothing else. You can't criticize nobody else. You can't say nothing else till the school's running, bro. We tired of hearing from you, bro. We don't trust you. Straight like that, dog. Until the school is running, man. How much money people gave for that school? Yeah, until the school is running, bro. We don't want to hear nothing else from you. We don't want to hear about Cassie got her money. This, that, we don't want to hear a word, man. Holler at me when the school running, bro. Straight up, man. We it's time to clean these streets up, man. Niggas scared of tiptoeing around this shit, man. Nigga, I'm stepping all in it, nigga. As to evidence of victim one's civil suit, Cassie's civil suit against Diddy. Remember they trying to say, hey, man, this, and that let y'all know these niggas is straight savages that's going along with this shit. These niggas is hoes out here, bro. Savages, nigga. To sit up here and say, because guess what? The government gonna take his money too anyways. If Cassie would have went right to the feds and didn't sue Diddy, the government gonna take all that nigga money anyways. They gonna seize all that nigga assets anyways. The government gonna take more. It says, as to evidence of Cassie's civil suit against Combs, the affidavits already include this information. And it blacks it out. It goes on to say, while the affidavits don't reveal that Combs eventually blank, blank, blank to resolve the case, meaning probably paid her off, it is unclear how blank, 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 probably the payment, undermines Cassie's credibility. Right, the judge is right. If anything, it enhances her credibility. The fact that Diddy paid her a bag enhances that she's telling the truth, nigga. Nigga, you paid her in 24 hours. That enhances her credibility. It says, so read what it says, while the affidavits don't reveal that Combs eventually blank to resolve the case, probably means he paid her off. It says, it is unclear how, and it probably says her getting paid undermines Cassie's credibility. Just the opposite, as the judge says. He's a wise man, y'all. It says, having already been compensated, is probably what he wrote right there. Cassie lacked any financial motive to lie. She already got her money. Why the hell is she gonna lie now? You don't pay her the money, the judge is basically saying. So why would she then come out and lie after you paid her the money? Makes no sense. So the judge says that Cassie lacked any financial motive to lie. And while Combs is correct that information as to a confidential informant's credibility must be considered in a warrant application, you know what that means? That means, in my opinion, Cassie has admitted her wrong too. But guess what? Cassie ain't trying to be a co-defendant with Diddy in none of this shit. That lets you know right there. And everybody needs to know this. Cassie's hand's not clean. Her hand's not clean. I want everybody to know this. It's telling you in the paperwork. But it's also telling you that Cassie has cooperated. And for her cooperation, I told you, they have given these people proffers for their cooperation. Now, whether you feel like that's right or wrong, that's on you. Me personally, I don't like anybody doing something wrong and being able to go and take somebody else down without them being punished as well. But we don't know if Cassie's going to face punishment or not, or what type she might face, whether it be probation or whatever, fines or whatever. We don't know. We will find out later on. This is the stuff people not telling y'all. They're not using their minds and thinking. This happens all the time where people snitch, they cooperate, give up information, boom. It happens all the time, man. It's sad. It's sad because you'll have people that committed crimes that are going to be able to walk away or that assisted in committing crimes. It's sad, but that's how this thing works. So let's keep going. It says that Cassie lacked any financial motivation to lie. And the judge says, and while Combs is correct that the information as to a confidential informant credibility must be considered in a warrant application, he says, see Macaulay versus CNY of Rensselaer. Now it goes on, and it goes on to say, the Second Circuit differentiates between professional informants and witnesses like Cassie, who need not be shown to have been previously reliable before the authorities may rely on their statements. In addition, other witnesses corroborated Cassie's information. He's done. The judge is telling y'all right here. The judge is telling y'all right here. Read this right here, y'all. The judge just told y'all right there. The judge said right there in the paperwork. The judge says that Cassie, not only is this Cassie's statements, it says in addition, other witnesses. Remember I told y'all Cassie had other people that was going to testify for her? Who are you talking about, Ticket? I did the video yesterday. A lot of y'all didn't see it. He's testifying for her. You know who he is on the far right-hand side of your screen? Living the vida loca. El Latino. James Cruz, the former and ex-president of Bad Boy Records. That was confirmed in court yesterday by the judge. Or by the prosecution. Excuse me. He's testifying against Diddy on the behalf of Cassie. When y'all say, oh, where's all the co-conspirators? They all giving up testimony. It's right there. It's all in the paperwork. It's literally in the paperwork. It's literally in the paperwork. Remember when Cassie wrote this in her suit? Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000 for the hallway security footage from that evening. After this, Mrs. Ventura left her home in Comstock and went to hide away at a friend's home in Florida. James Cruz, president of Bad Boy Management, tracked Mrs. Ventura down and told her that her single would not be released if she did not answer Mr. Combs' phone calls. If that ain't control or coercion, I don't know what is. And the fact that he is going to get up on the stand and testify in this trial. Boy, y'all finna see it all. Y'all finna see it all. Right? But look what else the judge said. He redacted all that other information right there, right? But he says, in addition, other witnesses. So not only him, it's going to be more people that testify on behalf of Cassie. Remember I told y'all, a lot of people love Cassie, and I believe there will be multiple celebrities that testify for Cassie. I truly believe that there will be celebrities that testify that they witnessed Cassie getting beat. I believe you will need a whole year's supply, not of baby oil, but of Kleenex for what's going to happen at that trial. Because I truly believe that Cassie had so much support after that video was released. So many people hit her up and wanted to support her in any way possible. And people who were witnesses that were there, who witnessed stuff over the year, felt horrific that they did nothing out of fear. And you will see. But the judge says, in addition, other witnesses corroborated Cassie's information. For example, and they gave sworn affidavits too, because he says the affidavits state that. So he gave information for the affidavits, period. Right there. So people have given sworn affidavits. Diddy's done. He says they also state that, and that Cassie told, and they're going to bring that doctor up. They said doctor number one. Bro, so they got multiple doctors in this case? They named this doctor as doctor number one. So they're going to have the doctor come up and testify this shit. That at the time, Cassie told the doctor this. And then it blanks it out, and it said Cassie, victim one's own statements. And they said her statements to law enforcement. Peep this now. It says Cassie's own statements to law enforcement were not the sole basis for probable cause. So they're saying that, hey, just because she gave her a statement, that wasn't the only thing for the probable cause in this case. I'm telling y'all this right now. Trial of the century. Easy. There will never be another one like this. There will never be another one like this. There will never be another one like this. And this is gonna, I'm telling y'all, this is gonna rock the whole country. It is gonna rock the entire country. That's why I told y'all, Diddy wasted his time bringing her out. The hell you bringing her out for? You just wasting money, dog. Diddy, I told y'all this wasn't gonna do nothing. Everybody like, hey man, take it, man. Diddy did that for looks. He did that because that's gonna look good in court. That why would a person who accused somebody of sexually assaulting her defend Diddy if she didn't believe Diddy? Wrong. Don't mean a goddamn thing. How do I know? How do I know it didn't mean shit? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on the string from Burger King. I got it right there. Whatever you want, I got it. Read the last line. Last page right there. Having failed to show evidence. This is the judge right here. Yesterday in court. Having failed to show evidence of both discriminatory effect and discriminatory interest, further discovery on these issues is unwarranted. The motion to dismiss is denied. Diddy tried to use that they're coming after a rich black man in this case. The judge threw that shit out yesterday, man. So this right here, he just throwing money away. And then Diddy's a buck dancer anyways. I'm going to tell you why. Diddy says that they're trying to tear down a rich black man in the industry, a rich, famous black man. Well, guess what this woman he hired did? She tried to tear down rich black men in the industry. Before she became an attorney, she tried to sue Cash Money Records and hold Birdman and Slim accountable for something they didn't do. And she went to court and lost. She appealed and lost against Birdman and Slim. How do I know? I got the paperwork right there in front of you. Now, what type of shucking and jiving is that? That Diddy went and hired that person who tried to take out Birdman and Slim. Make it make sense. This is easy work. A caveman can do this. A caveman. And then, y'all, the one he really need to be worried about. Do y'all know the scope of this thing? Do y'all know the scope of this thing? The layers. You got this guy. This is insane, y'all. And all the things he's saying. This is crazy. Crazy. This trial is going to be incredible. All the layers that come out in this trial is incredible. Never seen anything like it before in my entire life. Ever. Ever. And then this, where I'll be sure says that he has been subpoenaed. And he's in New York. Said he's been subpoenaed to come testify. And remember, you know how I know he's not lying? You know whose names were revealed on that list on day one? Do you know whose names were revealed on the list on day one, ladies and gentlemen, of court, jury hearing? I'll be sure and Kim Porter. I 1000% believe I'll be sure got subpoenaed because his name is on the list and Kim Porter's name is on that list. And what did Al B. Sure do when he went on the news yesterday? Oh, he let it rip. And you know Diddy's team is seething about that one. He let it rip. He let it rip. And if you thought I told y'all this from the beginning, remember what Al B. Sure told y'all. Let me say this again. Remember what Al B. Sure told y'all yesterday when Al B. Sure said that this is on an entire industry. That's why y'all keep thinking about Diddy. Everybody just saying Diddy. Man, the entire industry's getting ready to get called out in this trial. And this is the part people don't understand. I'll be sure telling y'all, you got 190 effing names on that list, man. And I'll be sure got subpoenaed. They're getting ready to drop. They're getting ready to make sure this is the biggest case in the history of the world.
Was a New Jack Swing superstar in the 80s. Now, Al B. Sure is using his second chance at life to fight for health equity.
After surviving a coma and liver transplant, he's an advocate pushing for real health care change.
Now, so they had him on, and this is what Al said.
And this is the best time of my life.
You look good.
This is not, there's no hustle, there's no marketing, I'm living my truth, and it's time.
So you were in that coma in 2022. You had the liver transplant, you had the tracheotomy, all that stuff that went on.
Multi-system organ failure.
Yeah, right. Have they figured out what happened yet?
And let me say something. They talk all this shit about 50, right? And sometimes, 50 you do, like I said, but 50 said, nah, man, listen, bro, I'm not down with the play. 50 said, you're not finna take me shopping, dog. 50 wasn't sitting there letting dudes just say anything to him. That's the one thing I respect about 50. 50 was like, 50 wasn't going for that play, bro. You can tell. He been talking about it. He seen what it was. He was like, nah, dog. Nah, son. Remember that now. Cat Williams told you, you have to tell Diddy no. But didn't Vlad say on his channel, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Vlad say that if Diddy called him up to the room for an interview or to have a conversation, did Vlad not say he would go? Somebody tell me in the comment section, did he say that or not? Somebody tell me in the comment section, did Vlad say that or not? That's all I'm saying, y'all.
Tell me, the doctors, medically, like, what happened to you?
Yeah, what happened? So,
because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah, so, just mysteriously out of the blue, which we do talk about in the book.
Yes,
what that,
I want to get into that.
What that process is. But, so it's been quite a journey. And as I said, even as it relates to writing the book, I went through almost, more than a decade of being scrutinized and clowned by law enforcement, them telling me, you need some help. Sex trafficking, really? What's wrong with you? No way, but not realizing that they were also working for the situation.
Because you were hinting, saying,
posting, yeah. I get calls, take it down or else, so on and so forth.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago. I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special. And she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time. And I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, So it was a really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was a lot of the stuff, came to surprise, but a lot of the stuff will be revealed because And that's why I thought it would be a good idea to finally tell my story. Every network came to me, participate in so and so, but I said, listen, I have no interest in speaking about another man.
But you are in the book.
Yeah, right. But this, I will speak about where our paths cross and which is most relevant, and something I've been trying to say for many, many years. And unfortunately, Roseanne, even with Sean being incarcerated, that's not a celebration. There's no celebration in it. First and foremost, there's way too much collateral damage. And
I told y'all that. The collateral damage. That means everybody else that's around y'all that's going to get devastated because of this. People that's going to lose their marriages, lose their families, their relationships, people that's going to be exposed, secrets that are going to be let go that haven't never been let go because not just because of this trial, but because of collateral damage. What do I mean? What are you talking about, Ticket? Because of people's names that are going to be involved. And then you know how the media is going to go. The media is going to start investigating these people, investigating these certain things hardcore. These people are going to get microscopes put on their life during this trial. I'm talking about people that's not even celebrities and people that are named in this. Then all your things are going to get, they're going to put PIs on you, investigated, all this other stuff. He not lying, y'all. The collateral damage is going to be insane. All because of this one clown right here on your screen. Anybody that gets mentioned, instantly it's going to be a full out onslaught from the media to find out everything about these people's personal lives. Every connection. Round the clock coverage. This is what it's going to be for the next 2.5, 3 months. This shit is going to be bigger than the O.J. Simpson trial, man. You guys are literally, when he says it's all going to come out anyway, he's not lying, bro. He's not lying, bro. And that's the sad part, is that everybody that was connected to this, that was a part, that was just around, you may get mentioned, you may get named. It's sad, bro. That all of this stuff is going to come out. And the collateral damage where people are going to lose their deals, people are going to lose credibility, people are going to have every part of their lives, paparazzi going to all these people's homes, bothering these people everywhere they go, following these people, questioning all these celebrities. Bro, it is going to be an onslaught, y'all. That's why I believe many of the celebrities are going to try to get low. Either go to vacation spots, get low on this case, man. But it's going to be hard to hide for 2 months because how the media can do, man, they're going to find you. They'll find you anywhere, man. It's crazy, bro.
In many ways. Many people's lives are affected. And in fact, a genre of music that I grew up in is ruined right now.
You're blaming Diddy for that?
I'm blaming this entire industry and the way it's gone.
I try to tell you, he said the entire industry, man. Who have been saying these same things? Cat Williams. Who have been telling y'all some of the same things? Terrence Howard. Music industry, movie industry. Y'all are seeing all this stuff. Y'all are seeing all of it, man. The foolishness that's been going on. Listen to the words he used. Diabolical, man. Listen to the words he used, y'all. This is some devilish type of behavior and shit that's going to get exposed that people thought never would get exposed.
And, there's no one person that's in charge, but this level and this magnitude of a story of detriment, of diabolical, just heinous, whatever.
He said heinous, y'all. Diabolical, heinous. Do y'all not know what y'all finna? And people running around here talking about, hey, man, I don't really think they got it. Man, y'all, it's over with, nigga. The jig is up. The jig is up, my nigga. It's up. The jig is up, man. The jig is up, man. And let me say this to everybody that's listening. What's going to happen if Diddy's team does put him on the stand? If Diddy's team feel like they're losing this case and they have to put him on the stand, Lord Jesus, have mercy. What's going to happen if they have to put Diddy on the stand, man? Forget the prosecution. What about the defense? And all the names they're going to ask Diddy about on the stand. All the people that they're going to, how is Diddy going to respond? Because the prosecution has no control over the defense when Diddy gets on the stand. They have no control over the defense's question. They can ask Diddy about anything pertinent. Now, that's when everybody gets nervous. And remember, Diddy's lawyer, Mark Anglifo, was saying Diddy was anxious to get on the stand, and he was going to put Diddy on the stand. But all those other lawyers that are around Diddy now are going to say, man, you can't get on the stand, bro. You got to, however this goes, you're going to have to just. And you know the defense, they're licking their chops if Diddy gets on the stand. They want Diddy to get on the stand so bad. Do y'all not know the questions that they're going to ask Diddy he get on the stand? About everybody. Imagine if they start asking him about Jonathan Ottie's statements. Imagine if they start asking him about I'll Be Sure's statements. If they ask him about Kid Cudi and all of these other entertainers and people, what is Diddy going to say? What's his response going to be? He's not going to be able to plead the fifth. That's going to get him convicted quick. Damn. The man said diabolical and heinous. Peep the words he used.
And, there's no one person that's in charge, but this level and this magnitude of a story of detriment, of diabolical, just heinous, whatever's really going on, it's unfortunate.
Is Diddy suing you or threatening to sue you?
No.
No?
I have the truth.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial.
That is another thing. Diddy has sued some of the other people that have accused him. He sued a couple, he sued somebody, but he didn't sue I'll Be Sure.
Correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I am. And again, there's no, like I said, this is not marketing for me. I'm living this life. And the only reason I wanted to tell the story, Kurt, was very specifically because I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down. If you actually knew what they did to me, there was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive. So this is not about a scared thing, It's just time to reveal the truth. I mean, it is what it is. I went through many, many years of scrutiny and being dragged face first on the concrete, being called delusional and things of that nature. When I said sex trafficking and all the things that I said, because my job was not, listen, I don't want to take down your business if that's what you're doing. Just stay out of my backyard. Stay out of what I'm doing. I'm focused. How did we start this, Kurt, from Mount Vernon, writing love songs, to a case, arguably bigger than OJ, in 2025. It doesn't make any sense. We're not supposed to be here. Like I said, there's no celebration in any of this.
Do you feel because you're not supposed to be here that gives you the freedom to talk now? Because you survived?
Yes, I believe so.
Man, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. man, everybody that's sitting here listening to this, man, I don't really think people are prepared. I don't think people really know how deep this thing goes, man, and how serious that this thing is gonna get. I don't think people know, man. I think that this is gonna be uh to levels unheard of, man. I truly believe it, man. I truly believe that you know, I truly believe that this is gonna be the biggest trial in the history of uh American history. I don't think that it's I don't think it's gonna be bigger. I don't think that it's gonna be I don't think that it's gonna be I don't think anything is gonna be bigger than this. I don't think so. Listen to what Gene said. Listen to all the things Gene said. Listen to what he said. Big Gene Deal said on the Art of Dialogue. Shout out to my boy, the Art of Dialogue, man. Listen to what he said, bro. Gene Deal has told you all this.
Of what he was doing, and he knew he was doing to people. If he's ever sued, he'd probably be safe having money and things in her name. Do you understand that? See, I don't believe Miss Combs gave that stuff up a long time ago when she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies other night, the little wild parties. When she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business. I don't think she was in the business to know exactly where the money's going, who how's coming in, who she's taking it from. He was just doing it and putting it and had the authority to put it in her name. You understand what I'm saying? Right, but let me ask you this. Do you think she knew what he was doing? I believe she knew he was doing the freak-offs. But do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which switch banks accounts, and all that shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor. But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs? Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips? Yeah, I remember that video. Do you remember?
Hold on, Wendy. I can't let you lie on Big Gene. What you just said right there is a bold-faced lie, ma'am. For you to sit up here and say Big Gene didn't say nothing until he got jammed up, Diddy, that's a lie. Big Gene have been one of the main ones speaking out against Diddy for years. What you just said is a stone cold, blatant lie. And shout out to Donna in the Cash App with a $200 donation. Salute to you, my sister. If you send me your avatar, I'll give you a wrench. Salute to you for the $200 donation. I appreciate you. Much love to you. But back to you, Empower Wendy. You're so wrong. You're so wrong. He literally has been the one who, and I'm talking about Gene Deal. He's been talking about this, man, for the absolute longest. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Gene Deal have been out here talking about this way before Cassie's lawsuit. He's been talking about this stuff for years. So for you to say that, that's cap, man. You guys are spreading lies and misinformation, man. And I can't let you do that. I had to say something to you about that because that's a lie. That is a complete lie. That is a complete lie. That is a complete lie. I can't let you say that. No. But he's been saying a lot of this stuff. Big Gene been saying this shit.
Remember that both of them was getting the IV at the same time? Yeah, I did notice that, yo. That's from the Diddy freak-off party. And I'm going to say allegedly. So let me ask you this. You knowing her at one point, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, you know, will be a part of a freak-off or no? I think that she liked to party, and she party with young people. She's always been like that. She always copied or emulated Little Kim and Mary J. Blige. Or they emulated her. The blonde hair, the nails, the high boots, the age-appropriate, inappropriate clothing that I want to say, because I know people going to drag me through it. I'm like, what you mean? She's 70, 80 years old. She don't have to wear no, she can wear hot pants if she want to. Okay, all right. You can't make nothing dust moist. Was she a freak? I don't want to speak about that man mama like that, bruh. Was his mama a freak? I don't know that about her. But if she was that Diddy freak off at 70 years old, she was just like the rest of them. The freaks come out at night. I don't know that about his mother, man.
Hey,
I know she used to date
Hey, Gene, I know you listening. Nigga, you a fool.
young guys, but that don't make her a freak. They call her cougar.
Hey, yo, hold on, man. Big shout to that nigga Gene, man. Gene, I know you listening, man. You a damn fool. Hey, yo. Hey, man. Bro, this nigga crazy. that nigga said the free. That nigga Big Gene said, man, the freaks come out at night. That nigga crazy. Oh, man, bro. Oh, man. Oh, my God, man. Bro, that's crazy, man.
Presented that the judge was going to allow him to be bonded out on the first get-go. Now, if he comes up with some more hearings, he might be released. But based on the evidence, they've been following him, bro. They've been tapping his phone, been having people watch him. You understand? He been coming back and forth from New York, and he don't usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, yo, listen here, yo, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie, and I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that that deals with that, dropped that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from him. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising. Yeah, and he offered them $50 million, and they still denied his bond. He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money. And you right about Diddy phone being tough, because the news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy. She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors, enough is enough.
You didn't tell me about that. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
Now I got a phone call from Kirk Burrows. And Kirk Burrows, and I ain't gonna give this guy no play. Not Kirk Burrows, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he wanna reach out to you, Gene. He wanna speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burrows did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough? Yo, because, bro, listen, I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You understand? And a lot of people ain't going to understand this. Because a lot of people wouldn't give up what I've given up to be in this situation. You understand? My whole thing about it is when you lean on right, you ain't gonna never turn to wrong. And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I want to say F what other people say. Everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night know I told them that. 9 people end up dead. Everybody know I told him. Not everybody, but Paul was there. D-Rock. Some of the bad boy street teams. If we go to this party tonight, somebody gonna die. I got intel from 2 top gangsters. From a dude rolling with Jodeci. I got intel, bro. We go to the party, somebody gonna die. And Big's music, I hate to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know what I did. I know what I said. They know what I said. So it don't hurt me. It's a feeling that you get when you know something didn't have to happen that day. And I was never no play. I'm playing with people. I joke and I tease, I talk about you and everything like that. But if I come to the table something that's real, respect that. And it became a part where the respect was gone anytime that, and it probably don't have nothing to do with me. There was ulterior motives that took Big to that party, bro. There were other motives that took Big to that party that led him not being here today.
Now, let's talk about that and what he said. Because I thought what
Eddie,
he said, hold on. I thought what he said was very important.
Tomorrow morning, we're kicking.
Hold on. I thought what he said was very important. What Gene said. He said that they tried to silence him. That's the same thing Al B. Sure said. And y'all smash the like button. We should have well over 2,500 likes in here. That's the same thing Al B. Sure said. But people gonna keep saying, "Oh, they lying, they clout chasing, they this, they that, they third." It's sad, man. It really is sad, bro. It really is, man. It really is, bro. I want y'all to think about this, man. It really is, bro. It's sad.
They praying that they not on the tape.
Now, listen to what he's saying about the celebrities. Remember? People been saying this. Big Gene been told y'all this. What Cass didn't want to listen. Oh, he capping, man. He don't know what he talking about, man. They just lying. They saying stuff, Ticket. They capping, Ticket. Okay, cool, no problem.
With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies. They're not going to come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them. And they praying that they not on the tape. Doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape. And girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not going to show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. That's when they're going to start talking. And they're not going to be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he hasn't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man then led them probably, allegedly led them to damnation because those people's hearts are going to be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
So you feel like celebs are worried that they might be on tape?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form of fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you got to take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bro, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having one or two or maybe three ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you understand? So how the ups on Ja Rule, so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing is going to give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons who got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure. And correct me if I'm wrong. He would, even if you didn't want to do something, he would tell an individual, well, I got you on tape doing it before. And the person would feel pressured in having to do something or come and do something at the party or be at the party because he already had him on tape right then and there. But what you think when you do it the second time? He's still going to have you on tape. Those tapes is the one who's killing because people don't understand this. Little Rod, he's taping for Diddy in some occasions. When he wrote his indictment up, when he wrote his when his lawyer wrote up his briefs and submitted it, he must have had he must have been a prosecutor somewhere or something like that, because he wrote it up like it was an indictment. You understand? Saying all the stuff that had happened. Then, people don't understand this. After he wrote it up and he had the tapes and everything, they sent that to the feds. The feds opened up a case on that. Everybody think it's happened. Oh, the feds looked at Cassie getting beaten, and then they just open up a case. Nah. I think it was more so Lil Rob and them sending the feds that information. They put in a civil suit, then sent the other stuff over to the feds, and it read like an indictment. So they had to look at it because they see some crimes that was committed in that. And lo and behold, they do a raid on the house. So, to get back to your question, all the footage and everything that they have is going to either help, it's going to help them get some more people or get enough people just to hang Diddy.
Man, and boy, was that never more than the truth. What Gene was saying. I mean, it's right there in front of everybody's face. What Gene was saying was 1,000% true, man. I mean, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you know? And this is all the people who said the brother was lying all that time. You know what I'm saying? Art Outlaw got classic interviews, man. Salute to that brother, man. Y'all got to go subscribe to his channel. You know? But I'm just telling you guys the situation, man. It's just like, you see it. You're seeing all of this stuff laid out now. You're seeing everything laid out now, man. And so, again, you know, y'all watching this thing, man. It's come Monday, you're gonna see it. You guys are gonna see it all come Monday, man. And not all of it, but you're gonna see a lot of it as far as Diddy's concerned come Monday. And so, yeah, man. I'll leave y'all with this one right here, man. And I thought this one was one of the most powerful that Gene talked about, and we said that yesterday. And this was, remember when people were saying they wanted Diddy to get bail? I told y'all, man, these people crazy as hell. They ain't even read the paper. They don't even know what was going on in the paperwork, man. But this is crazy, man. Yeah, shout out to M-Rec. M-Rec, he the one that, you know what I'm saying, he really brought Gene to a big platform at first. So salute to M-Rec TV over there in the Rec Squad, man. But a lot of you guys that's over here thinking that this dude is going to survive all this and he getting out. Pastor, you know what it is. Salute to you, brother. Man, this dude done, man. DOA, man. I told you, on Monday morning, starting on Monday morning, they finna put BTA, belt to ass. And y'all finna see this. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the media wanted to look interesting, but once you get into the court and you start hearing all these stories, a girl came online and said the man stomped on her stomach. What else y'all need to know, bro? And y'all seen the Cassie tape, and a different girl said that he stomped on her stomach, bro. Come on, man. You stomping on chicks' stomachs?
And they hear it, that person was like that. Hold up. That's supposed to be inmate 076. Did he just say, take that, take that? Do I hear, bad boy, come out and play? They know his voice. And now for him to be giving people instructions to do things, like I say, he got to be one of the smartest dumb MS we know. So if they got him on there telling people to get in touch with people or tell people to stop, because evidently you got to realize this. We may not be doing this pretty soon. We may not be even talking about Puff. None of these YouTubers. Because of what? They trying to get a gag order on social media. They trying to get a gag order on social media that nobody should be discussing these cases or his case or anything about him. And that's crazy. I know the judge is not trying to stop people's freedom of speech, their constitutional right. How dare his lawyers with that bull crap? They're trying to get a gag order on social media. Anyone speaking on him. That's why, did you hear about that they had private investigators going to content creators, a few content creators, and asked them, were you paid to talk about Diddy? Are you paid to talk about, or did somebody give you money to do any kind of content regarding his cases or whatever like that? They got people that they hired to go out there and then told them that if you stop, we'll pay you. Mighty, they might be coming to the Art of Dialogue, Mighty. They might be coming to y'all, man. You gonna take that hush money, huh?
Nah, I'm good, man. But I am hearing that Diddy in good spirits.
Wow. I didn't hear none of that, man. All I know is that, you know, the guards are being closely monitored. Because it was said that he was on a cell phone. And I don't think you could have a cell phone in the Brooklyn House of Detention, the Brooklyn or the Manhattan House of Detention. I don't think you could have a cell phone. And I heard that he had a cell phone. He made some calls to some people. So they're going to watch the guards closely, because if you remember with the Epstein case, and check this out, those two guards that were supposed to be brought up on charges because they falsified records, You ain't heard nothing else about them. They retired in Florida with their feet kicked up, probably with millions of dollars. You ain't heard nothing else about those cases, bro. See, I believe if he gets out and enough people feel like him being a danger, because what happens is right now, the federal government is playing a game with him. They playing a game with him because they want him probably to be a witness or to turn over some evidence on some other people that they would like to have behind bars too. And you got to realize this. For him to do that, and if he does that, his life is more dangerous, in danger outside of jail than it is in. Because they can't do the same, they can't do the same Epstein move again. They can't do the same Epstein. You know, my friend told me that they put up so many cameras after that Epstein stuff, they can't do that move again. Whether allegedly he did it to himself or somebody else did it to him, we don't know. Whether he's on a private island or he's in the grave, do we really know? The whole thing about it is that he may be safer in jail if people are making his beds and he's telling people to smile. He may be safer in jail than he is out. Man, I don't know. I thought he would have it hard, man, because since that was Brooklyn, and Brooklyn always stands up, and a lot of dudes from Brooklyn think that he led big to his death. You understand? And by him being housed in Brooklyn, I thought that it would be real difficult for him. But, you know, money talks, bullshit walks.
You heard about how they raided his cell?
Listen to me, man. They have done what they've done to every inmate that's ever been in jail. When they come and raid your cell, and they didn't only raid his cell, bro. They raid other people's cells too. Because he could be hiding stuff in other people's stuff. You understand what I'm saying? He could be hiding stuff in other people's stuff. Yo, hold this, man. You know, hold me down on this, that, and the third. They do that. So they raided everybody's stuff. What they did wrong, and we don't know if they did anything wrong, but they trying to say they took the information that was marked legal, his legal notes. But the government said there was nothing in there that had anything that said legal. They wouldn't have known anything that said legal until they went through everything. And they go through God's mail. They go through God's food. They shoes, they clothes, all that stuff. So they rated him based on their system. They rated him based on the fact that he was on that phone on somebody else's card.
Descubre la experiencia. He's not lying about that. And the reason why Gina's not lying about that is because they had the evidence that he was doing that. He didn't deny that they did that. They tried to say, oh, well, everybody does it. Well, they said, well, hey, that doesn't mean that they're not breaking the rules. So what Gene said is true.
Raided because they found out he was on a cell phone. They raided because he's a prisoner, an inmate in jail, and they can. Point blank.
It was a lot of people that was mad, though, that they raided his cell and took his legal notes.
Man, first of all, man, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. But that's a bunch of bullshit. They got this whole campaign now, Free Diddy. Black people always got something stupid that they want to grab hold to and not grab hold to what is actually right. If these people have any information, and like I just told you, the Southern District don't come get you until their case is closed. Their case is already done, brother. They know what they're going to go to court in on him. They know what they're going to use, and they know what they're going to win on. They know that he's going to have to take a plea, or he's going to be found guilty of. They already know that. And we as black people always want to grab hold to the wrong thing and try to fight for that. How you going to fight for somebody that didn't give a damn about nobody or nothing? Grab hold to the wrong thing and try to fight for that. Or he going to be found guilty of. They already know that. And we as black people always want to grab hold to the wrong thing and try to fight for that. How you going to fight for somebody that didn't give a damn about nobody or nothing other than themselves? But you can. It's okay. It's all right. What I'm saying is this. They did to him what they do to every inmate in the federal, in the state, in the county, in the city jails.
I hear you, but how you feel about the lawyer Tony Busby getting sued?
Well, they're going to try to do anything. See, it's just like, if you remember John Gotti, lawyer,
Yeah,
right?
I remember that classic movie, yeah.
John Gotti, lawyer, got John Gotti off on every case. So what did the federal government do? They charged John Gotti, lawyer, with some bullshit so he couldn't represent John Gotti. Diddy lawyer know this guy, I think it's Busby or something like that.
Yeah, Tony Busby.
They know he gets and wins a lot of cases. So what do? We get him charged with something so he can't fight these cases. You understand? We put something on him that he can't fight for these cases and fight for these victims and fight for these people that are bringing up charges against him. So now if we do that, what happens? They got to get somebody else that may not be as good as him, may not be as clever as him. His lawyer's trying to do the flim-flam, bro.
That's what they're trying to do? You think so?
It's evident. When do lawyers charge the lawyers for doing their job? Hey, listen here, buddy. Check it out. We can go to court with this case and let the jury make a decision on how much money you give us. Or my client will take this much. It happens all the time, brother. Is that extortion or is that good business? Is that extortion or is that good business? I think that's just business. That's the business of being a lawyer.
All right, you guys, so we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.